Hello and good evening. My name is Nealay Patel and I'm a designer here at Jesse James Beads. My job is to bring you new ideas, creative works, and inspirations for your everyday jewelry making. And speaking of inspirational, if you haven't checked out the Goddesses collection at Jesse James Beads, you definitely need to. Some fun stuff on there. And in fact, I actually got the inspirations mix for the Egyptian Goddesses collection. And check this beautiful little component out that I am in love with. Now, it is brass with touches of color in it, but the fun part about this is that it has actually 3 prongs in the backside. Now, this opened up so many ideas for creative component ideas and pendant ideas for me. So I actually did make something that I wanted to show you guys. I turned it into a pendant, and this is what I came up with. Now, what I did is connect different mixes from the beads from different mixes together, but particularly I wanted to draw your eye to 2 different things. One is this beautiful solar eclipse beaded pendant that I love, and it is a connector. So these materials you could find on the Jesse James Beads website, www.jessejamesbeads.com, and if you hit up the components section of the website, you could find this beautiful beaded component. And the second thing I wanted to point out is, yes, I am missing a stone on this side. So for tonight's tutorial, I thought it'd be cool to show you guys how to wire wrap and connect this little bead to the chain that is draped on this side. So I'm actually going to flip the camera around and show you guys a closer peek of this design and show you how to create that little wire wrap. Okay, let's flip this around, if I can. All right, here I have my little work surface, so let me clear out a couple things and get this necklace down. Now here again, let me show you a very close-up of this. And it is just, like, this is that little beaded component that I'm in, and I do a lot of seed beading. And sometimes I just want to take a break from seed bead weaving, and I'm thankful that there are components made with the seed beads. And then here's the chain that I have. It's actually a cutting of this chain. Beautiful, isn't it? It's got these little jump rings, kind of a Viking weave knit, and it's separated by these little spacers. So I actually just cut a little bit of this and attached the jump ring, which is in the backside. So you can kind of see where that bronze colored jump ring is right over here. And then just attach a chain to it. And then this is all connected together with just wire and simple loops. I used 22 gauge wire and just created a simple loop at the top and the bottom of the component or bead. In this case, I'm using beads from the Goddesses mini mix, which is right here. And as you can see, the blue bead is right there. But again, you just never know the combinations that you'll come up with because they put so many beads in there. And then, of course, my connector, and I just added a tassel at the bottom with another jump ring. So let's get into how to wire wrap this bead over here. Now I've got this, and it came from it came from the mini mix. Excuse me, sorry about that. And it's a cool little teardrop shape, or oblong. And I'm using actually a 26 gauge piece of wire. This is about 6 inches that I cut. You really don't need that much, but most of this you could just do with your fingers, which is awesome. But I just threaded it through, and I'm just going to pinch up one side actually of this, and then same to the other, so you kind of want them to crisscross just a little bit. And I'm actually just going to wire wrap this, coil it around really a few times, not too many. There we go. I do want it nice and tight, so I'm keeping my finger close to the top of that bead. There we go. So that just creates a nice little coil, and I'm going to cut it off with using my Xuron pliers, just like that. As you can see, I still have a little bit sticking out, so if you want, you could actually, this wire is very soft, it's para wire, and so you could just use your finger to kind of coil it back in. So no big deal there, right? So now I'm going to take my round nose pliers and I'm going to just kind of bend this at a 45-degree angle so that my wire is now perpendicular to my beaded component. And then I'm just going to kind of work my wire around the pliers to get that round shape, just like that. Now before I complete my loop, I want to make sure that my chain is inside of it before I wire wrap it. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get it in there later. So let me straighten out my chain. There we go. Making sure that everything is in there. There we go. And I want to drop it to my loop. It looks like my loop might be slightly too small, so I'm going to actually make it bigger just by putting it back into my pliers and kind of bending it out, but then making sure that it is inside of the pliers at a, maybe I guess in a larger part of where that round nose is. And then just simply slide that in. And then I'm going to take the rest of my base wire and coil it around what I had done already. And that basically just connects all of my components together. So now I can trim this off with my Xuron pliers. If there's a little bit sticking out, then you could simply take your chain nose pliers, and in this case I'm using the Xuron crimpers because at the top there is a flat area where I could kind of use it as my makeshift chain nose pliers, which is pretty awesome, and just pinch that in. And that basically completes my pendant. Really cool mixed media. I think it's such a statement piece, and I just use this beautiful cup chain to string it off of. So it gives a little sparkle, a little texture, a little bit of beaded connectors, which we love. So let me flip the camera around and I will show you the completed piece. Oh, there we go. We are back. Now, wasn't that a fun and easy tutorial? Like, check out what we just made. Everything else is just a connection of simple loops. But like, I just think that that's just a fun thing to wear. Very Egyptian, right? So I hope you enjoyed this fun and easy tutorial. If you want to see more, definitely check out YouTube and subscribe to the Jesse James Beads YouTube channel. We have a ton of tutorials that we are constantly putting on, and we're so proud of it. I was actually on there and I'm very, very surprised to see the different ideas. The library that we are building is just going to be incredible. So definitely want to check out YouTube. You definitely want to turn on your notifications for the evening and Saturday's show. We have Awake and Make every Saturday morning at 10 Central or 11 Eastern Time. So you don't want to miss that. I've always got fun, new, quirky, creative ideas for you guys. And lastly, check us out on Instagram. We have an account on there as well where we're putting up stuff that we've made, especially from the evening shows. But if you also love me, you could check out my brand. It's called Beads and Bubbles. Just type it all out on Facebook and you'll definitely find it. I am doing tutorials as well. My little Beads and Bubbles happy hour is actually on the last Wednesday of every month, so you could definitely check out some new ideas there too. Always bringing you inspiration, always gonna keep connected with you guys, so tune in, check us out. I'm gonna leave you with the evening with a fantastic new project idea, and I hope you will comment and keep connected with us. So we'll check you guys out soon here again. All right, take care, good night.